What's going on, guys? Let's talk outdoors. It's mid-July. I'm out here doing some scouting on a new property. Very excited about it. It's about 300 acres and just really excited about hunting it. And just gonna get out here and see if we can locate a few spots to put some cameras at and see if we can get a beat on how the deer are traveling out here. I have no idea how they travel. So I've never hunted out here before, so it's just gonna be really interesting to see, what we get on camera. The next few weeks out here, because it's a very promising place. It backs up to a property that has over 1,000 acres and thick woods, so it's a great hunting property. Really excited about it, so I'm just gonna get out here and see what we can do and see how we can set some things up, see what trees we can find to hunt, to hang some possible stands, even though I haven't even got an idea of where they're traveling. I have looked on onX and just kind of already pinpointed a few spots where I want to put some feeders, where I want to put some cameras, where I want to hang some stands. So stick with us, man. I'm going to walk around here a little bit and see if we can locate some spots that'll be good. See ya. Here's the first deer sighting on the new property. Always good sign, no matter how big, how old. That right there is a good sign of how dry it's been in Oklahoma for the past month and about 2 weeks. We've got a week coming up with no less than 100 to 105 degree temperatures this week. What may look like a road on video, ladies and gentlemen, that is a creek and it is bone dry. We are in a serious drought, real serious drought here in Oklahoma. All right, guys, so I'm in the main area that I wanted to hunt. And I've already seen 2 deer within 2 acres of where I'm banking on hunting at the most. So that's a really good sign. Just seeing some deer droppings right here as well. I haven't really entered the exact area that I have marked on onX yet, so we'll see. But there's some really good sign. I don't know if you guys can tell on camera. There's deer beds and trails all over the place. So a really good sign. This place also has persimmon trees on it. So obviously if you've hunted for a while, you know that that's a great tree to have. So lots of deer activity already. Early morning, I say early, it's 11 o'clock, it's almost noon on a really hot day. So great sign already, but we're gonna keep it moving and see what all we can find and go from there. So keep you guys in touch. Don't be making fun of my hat. It's too dang hot out here. So I had to switch from a regular hat to the old grandpa straw hat that I usually wear when I'm brush hogging. But my grandpa used to wear this hat all the time growing up. He still does. So I call this the legend because he's a legend and he wears the same hat as me, or I wear the same hat as him as well. I mean, rather. But so yeah, don't be making fun of my hat. But anyway, let me get back to work and catch you guys in a minute. Peace. Just showed you guys where there's like trails across the road over there. There's a fence line, the property line over there. And you can see where the fence had been manipulated by deer crossing over it. And you can see a trail leading from that fence line straight to where I'm standing right now. And right there is, again, I don't think you can really tell on camera, but a bunch of trees on both sides and just a lane. So you know they're traveling through there. So that's a great sign. I'm probably gonna walk through there in a minute and see if, probably see if there's a tree worth hanging in over there or in there somewhere. So but before I do that, I'm gonna head what would be north and I'm gonna go get in these woods a little bit and see if there's any rubs or scrapes or anything like that worth seeing. So we'll get back to it. Pretty good sign here, guys. Got a trail right there. Also a trail right there. If you look off in here, there's what looks to be, this looks like something that hogs would do. It just looks tore up over here. So that somewhat looks like hog tracks right there, but there's also deer tracks in here. And then if you look really closely, see those little blueberry type deals laying on the ground. I'm not a tree expert by any means, but I'm willing to bet the deer are coming in here and munching on those berries. So, has to be a good spot. Full of activity, I'm sure. So, yeah, we just heard a deer. But anyway, I'm gonna keep it pushing. All right, guys. I think I finally found my first location for a camera and a feeder. I'm gonna put a feeder right here with a camera on it as well. The next camera that I'll hang up, I'm only gonna just put a camera out there with some corn. I'm not gonna put a feeder. I'm just gonna put some corn nearby that water hole, that pond that we seen earlier. So that's my plan right now. But the spot that I have right now is actually nearby that dry creek bed that I showed you guys earlier. And I also spotted a deer earlier right across the creek from where I'm gonna put the feeder and the camera at. So this, and I've seen deer sign, I've seen rubs, I've seen deer droppings everywhere. And I'll show you guys, I'll flip the camera around, but this is a very, very, very promising area. The only issue right now, there's always something in deer hunting, especially bow hunting. There's always something. The only issue that I have right now is locating a tree. I've located 2, possibly 3, but they're not ideal. And I don't want to be out here shooting 50-yard shots. So that could be an issue. But right now the main goal is to figure out where they're traveling from, where they're bedding, and just what's the best or most logical area to put a camera and a feeder at where there's gonna be a lot of activity. And I think I've located that. So we'll see. But so far this is a really great spot. I'm gonna go ahead and flip the camera around. All right, so clear area right here of travel. There's been trails, I've seen droppings, but you can see there's trees, and it wraps around there as well. So you see trees on both sides. Just down there, and I'll get you a closer look here in a minute, but just down there is the creek. And it's a pretty deep creek in areas. The further south you go that way, the closer you get to the deeper areas of the creek. But like I mentioned earlier, having trouble locating a tree. I don't know how well you can see it, but let's see if I can focus in the camera right there in this area right here where my fingers going in circles. That's a tree that I want to hunt out of the most. Problem is there's a tree in front of it as well. Let me wipe the camera off a little forward. There's a tree in front of it as well that is blocking my view, and there's not a lot of cover surrounding that tree. So it's the most upright tree in the area within distance. There's another tree right here. Obviously I had to clear out a little lane right there, but if you notice there's a little hill just behind that tree as well to the left, which may be a travel area as well. So you don't want that if that's the case. So there's another tree. I'm missing it. Oh, this tree right here. I don't like it because it's along the edge right here. It's kind of, see the one that's kind of curved. It looks like it's behind that tree that's more straight than it is, but that tree that's kind of curved actually is a tree that I want to think about hunting out of too. The only problem with that is there's not a lot of cover and it's right on the edge. But if I can figure out where the deer are traveling from, which could be from there, like we spoke about earlier, up the hill, they also could be coming from over here. There's a hill that goes up there too, and there's trails that lead up there too. But where I'm banking on them coming from, we'll walk back over here. Where I'm banking on them coming from is this area across the creek, which would be on the east side of the creek. I've already spotted deer earlier today along this power line cut, if you will. So I'm willing to bet there's deer all up on the ridge up there. And then the further you go down south on the east side of the creek, I'm sure there's a lot of deer. And if I was a buck, that's probably where I would be bedded, just so you can see a lot more up there. But clearly a little flat area right here for the creek as well. So if the creek does get high and I decide to come out here after a rain, that's another reason why I think it'll be a good area. I can catch them crossing right here. They would cross right here where it's more flat, because further, like I said, the further south you go, the steeper the creek is. So they're not going to cross right there. They're going to cross right here, and it's clearly been used. There's nobody out here driving around. This is private property. It is close to public land, but there's nobody that's been driving out here. This is strictly deer and hog territory, man. That's the great thing about it. So, but this right here is a tree that I've already cleared some branches off and some grass around it. This is the tree that I'm going to put the feeder on. And this tree right here, which is only about, I don't know, maybe 10 feet away from where the feeder is going to be, which is not ideal, a little close for my liking. I'd rather it be 20 feet plus away from the feeder, but it's whatever. You keep feeding them, they'll keep coming. So it'll be all right. But this is definitely an ideal spot, guys. So just want to give you a little inside look on what's going on here. Oh, also, let's see. First off, here's a little more look at the creek. So you can tell this will be a great spot once we get our weather being back to normal. But yeah, like I said, there's a creek. I wanted to show you guys more of what the creek looked like, but also right here, a little rub activity. Okay, that is what we want to see. So very happy to see that. Like I said, I can see deer coming from right over here, and I did see deer over there across the creek up there on the hill before I decided to put a feeder and a camera over here. But I'm telling you, even if I didn't see the deer that I seen over there earlier, I would have said that this would be a great spot. And after walking, I've already walked all the way down there as far as I could just to see how far it wrapped around. I'm very pleased with the spot. So I am going to go ahead and strap this feeder to the tree, clear out some more a little bit, and strap that camera to a tree, and I'm gonna call it good. So I'll let you guys go and touch back with you in a minute. All right, guys, so I'm done with this first camera setup. Just real quick, it's getting hot out here. It's over 100 degrees already. It's not even noon. I've got the setup already, ready to go. Got the corn, got the feeder. I actually switched locations for the camera, so I'll show you the corn right there with the feeder. Okay, remember I was going to put the camera right there, but like I said earlier, I just think that's too close. Okay, so I went with about 18 yards away. Let's see it, hopefully, right there along that tree. I'll go over there closer, but it's right across from the feeder. Okay, the camera's on, it's ready to go. But as we get there, just taking pictures of us right now, but there's a camera right there along that tree. But yeah, that's it. I'm gonna get out of here, go to the next location, and get out of here because it's getting really hot, guys. So catch you at the next one. All right, guys. Well, this is it. Just got my last camera set up. Got it set up by a watering hole. The very first spot I came to when I first got here was this pond. I knew there would be deer around it because obviously, you know, they got to drink. Like I told you guys earlier, it's been really hot lately here in Oklahoma. 100+ degrees every day for the past, I don't know, month and a half. We've had a few mid-90s, but other than that, it's been 100+, and we got 106 and up coming this week. So very, very hot days. Got a beautiful pond right here where they can access water. It is the only pond, I don't know, it's the only pond on the property for sure. There is a creek that runs through the property. You've seen the creek bed, it's dry. So this is really the only water access that the deer are gonna have that are bedded nearby. So this is a no-brainer to put a camera at. So that's what I did. I put a camera right here in this tree. I'm gonna adjust it a little bit and show you guys what we got going on. There's a camera. Obviously it needs to be pulled down. It's kind of tilted right now. But the watering hole is just right over here. And not the first time, but the second time I came over here to put the camera up, as I was walking over here, there was a doe right there along the bank. She's walking along the bank. What I did was, overall, I went with a place that I think would be a good place to hunt. As far as where I think they're traveling, the spot earlier by the creek, where you got the tree line on both sides, along that ridge as well. I think that would be a great spot. There's a lot of activity over there. There's a lot of sign over there. So that's a place that I think will be a good spot. The spot that I'm at right now, it's not going to be a place an area that I'm going to hunt. I don't think. It's too open over here. I haven't seen not one good tree over here. But it is a spot that I know I'm going to see deer at because there's a water access. So this is simply just a spot right here where I'm going to be able to just get some content and catch deer traveling to and fro this water hole. So that's pretty much it, guys. It's really, really hot, so I'm gonna get off of this camera and get up out of here and continue the rest of my day. But get out there and get your stuff set up. Don't wait till September or October right before hunting season to get stuff set up. Get stuff set up right now. Figure out how you're gonna access those places. Figure out where deer are traveling, figure out what deer you're going after, and get them. I can't wait to see you guys as bucks this fall, and doe. I mean, it ain't all about bucks, man. I'm all about some backstrap. I'm all about some deer ham, deer roast. I'm all about the meat too. So hope you guys have a successful season. We've only just begun here at Let's Talk Outdoors, man. I've got a lot more content coming for you guys, so stay tuned. Peace.